What's up, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse? Welcome back to the Marvelous Wave, and today we have some pretty intriguing updates about Spider-Man No Way Home as we approach the release of the film itself. Today we actually have some news on things that were cut from the movie, including some things that are going to upset fans a great deal and are already upsetting some fans. With that out of the way, we have two disclaimers. First off, we are giving away another Spider-Man Far From Home hot toy, so if you like hot toys, they're really highly detailed figures, and you want to win one, to enter, the rules are as follows. All you gotta do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you haven't already in a prior video, tell me in the comments of this video which of the three Spider-Men you're most excited to see in No Way Home. We'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway the day after the release of No Way Home for many of us, so the 17th, which I guess is the official release, but again, a lot of people are seeing it on the 16th. I also want to say that there will be spoilers in this video for Spider-Man No Way Home, spoilers that have been 99.9% confirmed for the film. So if you do not want to be spoiled for Spider-Man No Way Home, please click off the video. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. It's no secret at all that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are both in Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, it's Hollywood's worst kept secret, with just a few days ago, Sony and Disney actually releasing an official image of promo art that featured Tobey's Spider-Man. Something official that came out about No Way Home with actually Tobey present on it. Not to mention the tons of leaked images as well as the leaked soundtrack, which Sony actually actively removed, going out of the way to remove it from the internet, therefore proving that it was in fact legitimate. For those of you that don't remember, in that soundtrack there was actually Andrew's theme and Tobey's theme. And today we do have some news revolving around Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in a line or scene that was cut from No Way Home supposedly. First though, we have to talk about another character who apparently had a scene cut from No Way Home, that being Matt Murdock's Daredevil. It was unknown exactly how big of a role Matt Murdock would have in Spider-Man No Way Home, and it was just a few weeks back that it was confirmed that he would in fact be in No Way Home, in a role that many people had speculated for some time, that being Peter Parker's lawyer. Many fans would assume that Matt Murdock would have quite the substantial role in Spider-Man No Way Home, being the charges levied against Peter Parker via Mysterio, the public, and official charges in No Way Home levied against Peter. He would need a good lawyer, and it would be crucial for Matt Murdock to show up. However, based on a lot of the marketing material that we've seen for Spider-Man No Way Home, it appears as if this element of Peter Parker going on trial and having charges put against him for the death of Mysterio is very much a first act story beat and is not something that will carry into the second and third. This is pretty clear from everything we've been hearing, as again, most of the story will focus on the multiversal aspect of the Spider-Man character and his story going forward. And the idea with Mysterio and Spider-Man's identity being leaked will very much be something that will be most in play in the first part of the movie, which does make a lot of sense. With that, apparently Daredevil only has a single scene in Spider-Man No Way Home. We actually got a leaked scene description of what this might be, with Matt Murdock showing up at the Parker apartment with either a snow globe or a brick thrown out the window that Matt Murdock actually manages to catch, with Peter Parker asking how he did that and Matt saying, "I'm a good lawyer." According to one of the most reliable scoopers on the internet, Daniel RPK, he states that Daredevil will have a very, very small cameo, again relegated to only a single scene. But what goes along with this isn't the fact that Matt will only have a single scene, but what was cut from Matt Murdock in No Way Home. Well, apparently Charlie Cox and Tom Holland did shoot a scene together in a courtroom, and the courtroom would be one of the big definitive moments in the first act of Spider-Man No Way Home. But according to various sources, the scene has actually been cut and will not be appearing in the movie. Many people were looking forward to seeing Peter Parker Spider-Man on trial with Matt Murdock being his lawyer. But again, apparently they did shoot this scene, but now it's been completely cut from the film. This isn't the end though. There's actually apparently lines from Tobey Maguire in a key scene that is also cut from the movie, with the filmmakers deciding to go with another character saying an iconic line. That line is of course Spider-Man's most iconic line, "With great power comes great responsibility." Originally towards the end of the movie, it was apparently going to be Tobey Maguire that was going to say this to Tom Holland. After, I won't spoil it here, but something really, really bad happens to Tom's Spider-Man, and Tobey steps in to sort of talk to the boy, inferring upon him the same wisdom that his Uncle Ben gave to him so many years ago. It's even been stated that Tobey Maguire very much takes on an Uncle Ben role to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Spider-Man, and that's very clear. Multiple people that have inside information and even claim to have seen the movie have said that Tobey Maguire feels like an Uncle Ben to Tom. He's the way more advanced and aged Spider-Man, and this makes sense. This is also Tom Holland's story, with sort of Andrew Garfield being the fun cousin, but again Tobey Maguire being the uncle that is set to guide Tom. At least in this movie, and hopefully down the line they do meet on the big screen again. Anyway, yes, it was going to be Tobey Maguire that was going to say to Tom Holland, with great power comes great responsibility. But apparently they're going to give that line to Aunt May, and it will be Aunt May that will say this to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. In a recent interview, Tom Holland said that in this movie we're going to get to see a different aspect of the Spider-Man character, that being his Spider-Man. And he said, quote, a bad side, which is something that has never really been featured. You can sort of see the bad side obviously hugely on display in Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but there hasn't really been a bad side to Tom Holland's Spidey at all. The character makes mistakes and doesn't always make the best decisions, but no one, or at least anyone in their right mind, would straight out call him bad or even say that he appears to have a bad side. Relatively, Tom Holland's Spider-Man seems pretty selfless and like a pretty good guy, but apparently the darker side of Tom Holland's character will come out in this movie, and it will take the help of Tobey and Andrew to sort of quell that. Could this actually be set up for Tom Holland getting the Venom symbiote later down the line? And Sony wanting to establish that there is in fact a darker aspect and darker side to this character that they can later explore more in depth. I think it actually might be. But anyway, my friends, that's pretty much the big news that we have today surrounding Spider-Man No Way Home. What's intriguing about this news is we're talking about what's actually not in the movie as opposed to what is. But what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on it being Aunt May that says the iconic Spider-Man line, with great power comes great responsibility, instead of Tobey Maguire? And how do you feel about Matt Murdock only having one small scene in Spider-Man No Way Home, and with the supposed court scene with Matt Murdock and Peter Parker being cut? Again, my friends, if you haven't already, don't forget to enter to win the Spider-Man Far From Home Hot Toy giveaway. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully catch you in the next video, and I hope you have a great day.